Good afternoon. You ready? Okay. Good afternoon and welcome to the third annual pre-Galien MedStartUp. This is actually my third year here, so it's actually exciting to see how we've continued to evolve the event, and it's exciting to see all the participants and more importantly, all the great science that's being done by these startup companies. And so the format today will be pretty straightforward. We're going to introduce the various groups. There are 4 categories. Francoice Masonrouge will announce the winner. We'll do photographs, and then we'll move to the next. So without any further ado, I want to bring Henri, who's the COO of Business France, and Elsa, to try to give a quick introduction, and then we'll get started. Welcome, guys.
It is a real pleasure for Elsa and I, and for all the Business France team to be here today for the third edition of the Prix Galien MedStartUp. At Business France, our job is to be a catalyst, a Franco-American business catalyst. We are here to bring the best of what France has to offer and to build bridges, partnership with American companies. And when we met 4 years ago with Bruno Cohen, chairman of the Galien Foundation, and Bernard Pouzeau, director at Roche, it was an evidence that we had to team up. We had that crazy project at the time to do a joint event to celebrate la crème de la crème, the best that France has to offer with the best partnership here. And in that field, Elsa, you were here since the beginning. I think you've got a great track record to share with us.
Yes, you're right. So for the first years, MedStartUp wasn't like this. We started 4 years ago, and we were approximately 100 attendees and 20 startup companies here in New York. And for now, the numbers speak for themselves. I mean, we worked the past 4 years to build this program, and we are very proud to have built a program which has led more than 65 incredible collaboration between the French startup and the French company and the American entities. And so far, we have 150 alumni for the Galien MedStartUp, and they have raised more than $130 million. This wouldn't be possible, of course, without you, entrepreneur, and the selection committee, and as well the Galien Foundation.
Yes, and this wouldn't have been possible without a man with a vision. And I like to salute Bruno Cohen from the bottom of my heart. It's great. Thank you so much to be here today, and thank you to Bruno and all the Galien Foundation team for what you're doing.
And of course, thank you to our dear selection committee, and a special thanks to Bernard Pouzeau, which is the director of Roche Holding and the former president and CEO of Wyeth, who have put together such a distinguished selection committee. So Bernard Pouzeau is our chairman for the selection committee of the Galien MedStartUp program. So we are very honored to be able to rely on you, selection committee, on your expertise, and sincerely thankful for having you with us on this journey. Thank you.
Great, thank you.
And now this is it. And for the announcement of the winners of the 2017 awards, it is my honor of welcoming Francoice Masonrouge, partner at EverCore. Francois, I mean, many thanks for all your involvement. You represent our selections committee, a very prestigious selection committee, and we are quite thrilled to listen to I mean, the company you're going to reward and the big and promising partnership that those companies represent. Thank you.
Thank you. So I represent a very distinguished selection committee, and so distinguished that I really wonder why I'm on it. But it's formed of Michael Dolston, who's around here, who is the head of R&D at Pfizer. Jean-Pierre Garnier, who was the CEO of GSK and was the chairman of Actelion, which was just sold to J&J, as you know. Franz Humer, who was the CEO of Roche. Paul Stoffels, who's the head of R&D at Johnson & Johnson, and you know everything that he's done to bring products to market, notably Darzalex. And Elias Zerrouni, who is the head of R&D at Sanofi, but his even more distinguished posting was to be the director of NIH. And I'm, just an investment banker. My job is to basically be the hinge between innovation and distribution, big companies. That's when I do mergers and acquisitions, and the hinge between innovation and capital, and that's when we do capital raising in the private or the public sphere. I'm an agent in this world, and as long as big companies don't innovate very effectively, and as long as all of the innovation comes from small companies like the ones you're representing, I'm going to be employed. So I think it's going to be, I still have a few years ahead of me if senility doesn't catch up with me too fast. This is, an exercise of sifting through the project, et cetera, that we do in July. So it was a while back. And interestingly, the people in the committee, and my colleagues come from a science background mostly. I come from a business and funding background. What has a shot to work? What has a shot to be financed? And we're always amazed by the quality of all of the different proposals that we get. When we look at the statistics, well, first, the thing that's a little bit troubling is that we generally agree. And the different candidates were very, very hard to choose among. So we looked at, many projects are presented. 17 projects we looked at 17 projects. We chose 12, and then among those 12, 4 of them in 4 different categories are going to be rewarded today. As you may know, we started in 2014 to do those types of awards. Since then, $132 million have been raised, not through the prize, but through their own efforts in raising venture capital from MedStartUp alumni. They've signed 60 different partnerships, and 32% of those French companies have U.S. presence. I'm an investment banker, and there's something that's common between healthcare and investment banking. You make all your money in the United States. So you can have ideas out, I was born in France, et cetera, but this is like the place to make money. So in any case, we're very excited to get to the meat of it, and I'll ask Brian to introduce the different companies, and then I'll be like Vanna White and open the door.
Thank you, Francois. And so it is a bit like the Academy Awards. We'll have envelopes, and we'll go over the stuff, and it makes me think about, upstairs or this evening, we'll sort of have the Academy Awards in a bunch of different drug categories. So we can think about this as sort of an aspirational group that one day may find their way into the Galien Foundation.
Like the Golden Globe.
Exactly. Or exactly. Better than the BAMFA or something like that. Okay. So with that, the first award is for best collaboration with academia leading to a breakthrough solution. And let me walk through the nominees and what they do, and then Francois will announce the winner. So IntraSense is the first nominee. They've collaborated with the Massachusetts General Hospital and Zhejiang University to create an innovative solution to optimize treatments, ensuring reliable assessment and the management of liver cancer patients. Nominee number 2 is Protoscom. They've collaborated with Virginia Commonwealth University and Pharmasystems to create Digital, a product helping patients manage their inhaled treatment. And the third nominee is LL Tech, who collaborated with Drexel Medical School to develop disrupting real-time cancer diagnosis using cells, tissue, and machine learning. Francois?
Could I have the envelope, please?
No dramatic music.
And the winner is Protexum. And Protexum in its collaboration with Virginia Commonwealth University. So what they do is they have a sensor that's adapted to pressure meter dose inhalers. And with this device, patients can adjust their respiratory flow in real time to guarantee optimal drug inhalation. So this is something that's practical, that's realistic, that really helps people. And we're very happy to commend you for that. So.
Cool.
So now you come in. And you applaud again.
Right. Congratulations. 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 Cool.
Thank you.
Here we go. Ooh, voila. Is that a big check?
Not yet.
It will grow into one.
That's right. Thank you, guys.
Do you get to say 2 things, or
Thank you. Yeah, we're good.
you come here and say thank you?
Yes.
Yes, on behalf of all the company, I'm very honored for this award, to receive this award. And especially with Professor Bruce Rubin. Without him, it wouldn't have been possible. I thank the jury for trusting us like that. And I thank Galien Foundation and Business France teams. And of course, I Optimal Protexum's team, which everyday work bring us here. Optimal, formerly Protexum, is a company which is specialized in creating the interfaces that optimize the inhaled drugs, the aerosolized drug. And we make spacers for mechanical ventilation, we make masks for inhalation, and the technology we created for this project is a combination of probes and sensors which will make a valve holding chamber smart. And it will be something which will help patients to have a better distribution of the lung, in the lung, a better distribution in the lung of the drug, and probably a better compliance. And the project will be to try to study this system, this technology, in a wide population, thanks to our partnership with Virginia Commonwealth University. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Congratulations. Okay. Award number 2, or category number 2, is for the best innovative trial design leading to quicker and better therapeutic outcomes, something that the industry desperately needs. I'm going to introduce Valère Porath, the CEO of one of our sponsors, Keep Mont, who will come up and give a quick introduction of equipment, and then I'll read the categories, and then Valère will present the envelope. Valère.
Hello, everyone. My name is Valère Horath. I'm CEO of Equipment. It's an honor to be here today. I'd like to thank the Galien Foundation and Business Friends for having us here today. It's a great honor. Equipment is a company that provides medical and laboratory equipment for clinical trials. We ship globally to thousands of sites every year, and basically we're like the shadow workers. We provide all the supplies, equipment that they need that your investigators need to work with the patients. This is what we do. Thank you, Valère.
So let me introduce the three nominees. cLab Innovations collaborated with Becton Dickinson to digitalize test tubes through an app allowing medical labs to become mobile. Nominee number 2, Neogia collaborated with Blue Sleep and Kyomed to provide an online service for a diagnosis of sleep apnea using a new wearable diagnostic technology, the Motion HW, or the Modio HW. And Quantum Genomics, our third nominee, collaborated with MedPace to elaborate a clinical study with hypertensive, overweight patients of multiple ethnic groups in 25 hospitals in the United States. So let's get the envelope, and Valère.
Oh, he opens it,
He opens it. Yeah.
and I say,
And you get to comment on it.
and I get to comment.
Just following instructions.
Tough.
So the winner is Quantum Genomics in collaboration with MedPace. Congratulations.
Hey, you get to come up.
Oh, stay up, we'll take a picture.
So Quantum Genomics is actually a biotech drug company, and they're developing an agent for hypertension, especially in non-Caucasian populations, and they're developing it in conjunction with MedPace in 25 different centers in the United States. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Photo first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. It's impressive. So first, I would like to thank the Galien Foundation and all the teams, MedStartUp, Business Friends, and we are very proud to win this prestigious award given by this incredible jury. I think that this award is a recognition of many things. We are developing a new class of cardiovascular drugs based on the technology, the brain aminopeptidase inhibition, BAPI, that relies on 20 years of academic research at some of the most famous French laboratories, INSERM, CNRS, Université Paris-Descartes, and the Collège de France. Then in our awarded phase 2 study that we just starting here in the US, we are targeting segment of the population that are rarely targeted. If this study is called New Hope, it's because of the principal investigator of this study, Professor Keith Ferdinand. He said, hopefully we have something new to offer to patients. This study represents a hope for millions of patients who are now poorly controlled or not controlled, resistant to existing drugs. These patients are, for the majority of them, in the elderly people, in African American, Hispanic, and Asian. That's why in this study we focus on this population, and that's a challenge for MedPace as well as CRO. And I hope that we could bring our therapeutic innovation to patients as fast as possible. This award recognizes also the excellent work and commitment of the whole team, but also of our partners, the steering committee, I named them, Shona Nesbitt, Professor Henri Black, Howard Dietrich, and Professor Keith Ferdinand, and our medical team, research and development team, and also the ABC, Association of Black Cardiologists, and our clinical research partner, MedPace. I'm really happy with our collaboration. It's a very good start. So thank you, all of you, and really honored to be there today. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Do you want to say something?
Thank you as well. I'm Parush Shamzad, one of the cardiologists at MedPace. On behalf of the MedPace study team, led by Tracy Hewitt, Amanda Schmidt, and Elizabeth Moore, and myself, we're honored for the award and thank the foundation, as well as Quantum Genomics, for the opportunity to part with them on this important trial. To me, New Hope represents a unique opportunity to push science, clinical care, and clinical development. It is the theme of innovation surrounding multiple aspects of this study that make New Hope distinct from other related trials. First and foremost, scientifically, QGC-001 is a first-in-class agent, as Lionel described, with a novel mechanism of action which is surrounded by an excitement associated with bringing something new to the clinical arena. From a clinical standpoint, New Hope provides new treatment in a relatively old space, potentially providing a new tool in the physician's armamentarium, which brings new hope for patients afflicted by hypertension. But last but not least, which I think is most important, are the forward-thinking aspects of this trial design that have been incorporated in New Hope. An open-label dose titrating design that mirrors clinical practice, adherence to the most contemporary BP measurement techniques, and selection of a minority population that is relatively underserved within industry-based trials. This type of forward thinking is not the product of a single person or a single organization, but the cumulative product from multiple sources specializing in academics, clinical practice, and clinical development. This assimilation of expertise is where the innovation behind the operationalization of New Hope originates, and I'm privileged to be a part of that. As under Dr. Keith Ferdinand, the part of the steering committee, has been pivotal in ensuring the design and conduct of the study not only provides the scientific integrity to properly assess efficacy, but ensure patient safety as well. Integrating the Association of Black Cardiologists and Inside Edge as partners in our collaboration to ensure outreach to that population has been pivotal, and it is in this partnership across the bedside where clinical meets development that drives this innovation, and that we have strived to amplify this in New Hope. Again, on behalf of Quantum Genomics and MedPace, as well as the rest of the New Hope partnership, thank you again for this honorable recognition.
Congratulations. Absolutely.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Okay, moving on to our third award category, Best Use of Patient Engagement Technologies. Patient engagement, mobile health have become incredibly important incredibly big areas for investment, and it's good to see we continue to innovate in that space. So let me walk through the three nominees. Sonos Scanner collaborated with Precision Medical Consulting to develop the U-Lite, the first HD personal ultrasound scanner. That's nominee number 1. Protoscome collaborated with the Association Pulmonaire du Québec and Pharmasystems to create Digital, a product helping manage their inhaled treatment. That's number 2. And Valotech collaborated with Montreal Clinical Research Institute to develop an innovative solution to improve health of type 1 diabetic teenage patients. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Francois to announce the winner. The envelope, please.
I know who it is, but I'm supposed to open the envelope.
It's true.
Are you going to give me the envelope? Thank you. Oh, no, you're doing it. Sorry. You get the envelope. Sorry.
Maybe just I introduce.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
You got to introduce her.
I didn't have one.
Good. Good afternoon, everybody. So Plastibell is a company, global expert in different countries who provide some packaging for drugs, as well as plastic parts for medical devices. So we are co-developing, co-designing with our customers. So we work with very large companies like BD, like Sanofi, like Allergan, and many others I could name. But we work as well with very small companies and startups so that we co-develop and we co-design with them for new products and new medical devices. So we have some very nice projects starting next year in Europe with those kind of companies for new products that will be launched on the market. So we would be glad to be a possible partner for some of you and maybe some winners. We have 7 clean rooms, ISO 7, ISO 8 in Europe, as well as in US and Mexico. And we have as well a trial center who has a dedicated clean rooms to do some trials on those plastic parts for you. So if you want to know more, our team is over there. Feel free to come to discuss with us. So I will now move to the winner of this category, as we did it a little bit shaky, but...
My fault entirely.
No worry.
Yes, his fault.
I'm guilty.
So this keeps the suspense on. The winner is Protexom, in collaboration with Association Pulmonaire du Québec. Congratulations.
Allez-vous me donner ça parce qu'ils ont eu un prix différent. So Protexom wins twice, and this one it's a little bit different because it's about best use of patient engagement technologies. So same company, 2 different approaches, and I get to present it because I can pronounce Association Pulmonaire du Québec. So we have now in this French-American venue annexed Quebec and the rest of Canada, which is always a good thing. Protexom, again, in this particular application, is engaging with children. It's a pediatric application, and it's all about making sure that their inhaled drugs get to the right place through technique and through digital technology as well. So if you can come up and get another handshake. I hope you have a different speech.
Congratulations again.
Congratulations again.
Congratulations again.
Ah, et ça c'est les... No, that's okay. Never too much.
Who want to take this one? You were taking it.
Here you go.
Oh, come on.
Et vous êtes l'association pulmonaire?
Elle n'est pas là. Elle n'est pas là.
Ah!
Nous sommes les 3 fondateurs.
Ah, d'accord. Thank you.
No speech again. Thank you very much.
That's a very good speech. It's a great speech.
Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Okay. So now we're on to the 4th category and our final category. And I think this is best collaboration or partnership leading to a breakthrough solution dedicated to developing countries. And I think it's important to note, the pioneering work that Roy Vagelos has done in the developing world at Merck with river blindness and other activities. And so, this one is near and dear to the heart of the Galien Foundation, since supporting the developing world is a really important and I think salutary goal. So let me walk through the 3 nominees. And I think in this case, Francois does present the award, right? Good, okay. Just making sure, once bitten, twice shy, right? Okay, so Invivox collaborated with Surgeons of Hope to facilitate the access to inpatient training for peer-to-peer cardiosurgeons located in the developed countries, Central America, and that's number 1. Number 2, Integragen, I hope I pronounced that correctly, collaborated with the Solution Lab US to define the market approach for cloud-based software as a service solution designed to simplify the analysis of sequencing data from cancer patients. And the 3rd nominee, Integragen, collaborated with Principio Diagnostics to develop a novel oncology biomarker for the prediction of drug response in patients with metastatic colorectal cancer. Francois.
And the winner is Integragen in collaboration with Principio Diagnostics. I don't know where the Integragen people are. So their approach actually can run tests on very simple machines in the developing countries. Honestly, I kind of wonder why we're not using it in our developed countries. But in any case, congratulations.
I'm not known for providing brief speeches, so be prepared for the next 15 minutes. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So thank you very much. We're absolutely thrilled to be honored by this award. Thank you for the Galien Foundation and to the MedStartUp and Business France and all the great work that you've been doing. Just a quick words on integration and what we do, and I wanted to have three figures, 6, 30, and 150. 150 is the amount of megabytes that represent a complete molecular profile of a patient. And to give you a brief order of magnitude, that's about a fifth of a Bible. 30 minutes is the maximum amount of time that a biologist can dedicate to a single patient to interpret this amount of data. And clearly, the ability to mix this huge amount of genomic data with a clinical utility in a time that is compatible with clinical decision and clinical timeframes is critical. And $6 billion is the market for the interpretation software and the ability to make this information clinically useful, digestible, and actually utilized while the patient is in the period of designing the treatment. We worked with the Solution Lab to design the study. We also worked with other diagnostic lab, but I wanted to emphasize the Solution Lab mostly because we met them here and we worked with them last year. And again, as many of our friends with quantum genomics and others, we are complaining that we're not visible enough in the United States, and that for small French obscure companies making it to where the money is, and I really understood what your point was, it's thrilling to be here to get this award, and we expect that it will take us to the next phase. The best is yet to come. Genomics changed the world, and at least we want to change the way we take care of patients. And so thank you very much, and stay tuned for more.
Congratulations. Bravo. So that concludes the award ceremony. I want to just say a few things. First, on behalf of the Galien Foundation, thank you all for participating, and congratulations to the winners and the nominees. I think it's incredibly important that we recognize and honor innovation in life sciences and in and around the healthcare system. There's obviously a lot of challenges, and I think the categories that we have represent both challenges and opportunities in the healthcare space. And I think the solutions, because that's what we need, more and more solutions, I think demonstrate creative thinking, and most importantly, or equally importantly, the ability to collaborate with different groups, different countries, different entities. And that's the way we're going to win and really be able to innovate in healthcare. It's not just the ideas coming from one organization, but it's that integration of ideas, not only from within the industry, but outside the industry. So with that, I want to thank everyone again for participating. The Galien, on behalf of the Galien Foundation, as I mentioned, Business France, Francois Masonrouge, and the committee. And we'll look forward to the fourth MedStartUp next year. And we expect the room to be more filled like it's been each and every year. So thank you, and enjoy the rest of the conference.